Good morning. Today we will discuss regarding extrusion process. So extrusion may be defined as the manufacturing process in which a block of metal enclosed in a container is forced to flow through the die opening. In this, the metal is subjected to plastic deformation and it undergoes reduction and elongation during extrusion. The section of the product will depend upon the shape of the die opening. So you can see in a diagram, there is a container, then in which there is a ram that moves in a horizontal direction, and on the right hand side, there is a die opening. So the pressure or the force that is applied on a billet it is a hot raw material that is placed in a container, and the pressure that is applied with the help of ram on the billet, so that the metal it is forced to flow through the die opening, and the shape of the extruded product or the section of the extruded product that depends upon the shape of the die opening that is placed in a container. So use of extrusion, so it is used for manufacturing of solid and hollow sections from non-ferrous metals and alloys. Sliding doors, tubing having various cross sections, door and window frames. Now classification of extrusion process. So there are three main categories of extrusion process. First is by direction. It is subclassified as direct or forward extrusion, and second is indirect or backward extrusion. Second category, it is classified on the basis of operating temperature. On the basis of that, it is subclassified as hot extrusion, cold extrusion. And third category, on the basis of equipment use, it is subclassified as horizontal and vertical. So first category, the classification on the basis of direction. So first process is direct extrusion. So it is the process in which the metal billet placed in a container is forced by a ram to pass through a die. In this type, the direction of flow of metal is same as that of movement of the ram. Okay, so flow of material and the movement of the ram both having the same direction. So you can see in the diagram there is a container, and in which the billet, hot billet, it is placed, that is indicated by red color, and on a left hand side there is a die opening of desired shape or the desired section. On the right hand side there is a ram that is used to apply the force on a material, so that the material is forced to flow through the die opening. So this extrusion, it is known as direct extrusion, because the direction of flow of metal is same as that of movement of the ram. The punch closely fits the die cavity to prevent backward flow of the material. So regarding working, the heated billet, it is placed in the container. It is pushed by a ram towards the die. The metal is subjected to plastic deformation and is forced to flow through the die opening. You can produce the hollow sections by using direct extrusion. So for the hollow sections, as the ram moves in the direction towards the die, the metal is forced out through the annular clearance and form a tube. So for that, in the die, you have to use the mandrel to produce hollow sections. Second type in a classification by direction, it is indirect extrusion. So it is a process in which hollow ram containing the die is forced into the container containing metal. So in this hollow ram it is used, and it also contains a die. Hollow ram limits the applied load. The movement of metal is opposite to the direction of ram motion. That is the basic difference between direct and indirect. So in a direct extrusion, the directions of the extruded material as well as the ram movement, it is same, but in an indirect extrusion, the movement of the metal is opposite to the direction of the ram travel. Okay, so for the production of solid parts, the die mounted at the end of the hollow ram enters the container. The other end of the container, it is closed by a closure plate. As the ram travels, the die applies pressure on the billet. The deformed metal flows through the die opening in the direction opposite to the ram motion. The product is extruded through the hollow ram. Now the second category, on the basis of operating temperature, it is subclassified as, first is hot extrusion, second is cold extrusion. So regarding hot extrusion, it is done at fairly high temperature. So metal, it is heated above recrystallization temperature. So approximately 50 to 75% of the melting point of the metal. And due to high temperatures, the die life and components that are affected, and the lubrication in this case, it is necessary. That is regarding the hot extrusion. So metal, it is heated above recrystallization temperature, nearly about 0.7 times the melting point of the metal. So hot extrusion, it is again subclassified as lubricated hot extrusion, non-lubricated hot extrusion, hydrostatic hot extrusion. So the first case, that is lubricated hot extrusion, you can see there is a container and there is a ram that is applied, that is used to apply the force on a billet, hot billet. And before the billet is inserted into the hot extrusion container, a suitable lubricating system is positioned immediately ahead of the die in order to reduce frictional stresses. Oil and graphite are used at lower temperature, whereas at higher temperatures, glass powder is used. So copper alloys, titanium alloys, alloy steels, stainless steels, and tool steels are extruded using lubrication system, lubricated hot extrusion process. So you can see in a diagram, so there is a lubrication of glass powder that is placed ahead of the ram. Then second, that is non-lubricated hot extrusion. So in this process, no lubrication it is used on the billet or container or a die for reducing frictional stresses. It has the ability to produce very complex sections with excellent surface finishes and low dimensional tolerances. So solid and hollow dies with flat shear faces are typically used. In a hydrostatic extrusion, the billet is completely surrounded by the pressurized liquid except where the billet contacts the die. The rate with which the billet moves when pressing in the direction of the die is thus not equal to the ram speed but is proportional to the displaced hydrostatics medium volume. So process must be carried out in a sealed cylinder to contain hydrostatic medium. Advantages. So it eliminates the large friction force between the billet and a container wall. Possible to use dies with very low semicone angle. So this process can be done hot, warm or cold. However, the temperature is limited by the stability of fluid use. Limitations: not suitable for hot working due to pressurized liquid. A practical limit on fluid pressure is around 1.7 GPa currently exists because of the strength of the container. Applications: cladding of metals, making wires of less ductile materials, nuclear reactor fuel rods. Advantages of hot extrusion: complex solid or hollow shapes can be produced. Small quantities can be economically produced. Delivery times are often far shorter than alternative processes. Limitations of hot extrusion process: high equipment setup and maintenance cost. Extrusion process for metals is at very high temperatures. Die is preheated to increase its life, so there are chances of oxidation of hot billet. Process wastage is higher as compared to rolling, and process is non-homogeneous. Now the second process, that is cold extrusion process. So cold extrusion is the process done at room temperature or slightly elevated temperature. So the material, it is heated below its recrystallization temperature. So the temperature that will be below 0.3 into melting point of the metal. This process can be used for materials that can withstand the stresses created by extrusion. Advantages of cold extrusion: improved mechanical properties, good control of dimensional tolerances, improved surface finish, no need for heating billet. Billet, it is a raw material that is used in an extrusion process. No oxidation takes place. Disadvantages: tooling cost is high, therefore large production lot size is required. Special coating is required to reduce friction and to maintain lubricant film throughout. Limited deformation can be obtained by using cold extrusion. So these are the disadvantages of cold extrusion. Applications: so some of these are the applications of cold extrusion process: tubes, gear blanks, aluminum cans, cylinders, fire extinguisher cases, shock absorber cylinders, automotive pistons are manufactured. Impact extrusion, one more type: the manufacturing process in which a small shot of solid material is placed in the die and is impacted by a ram, which causes cold flow in the material. It may be either direct or indirect extrusion, and it is usually performed on a high speed mechanical press. Applications of impact: although the process generally performed cold, considerable heating results from the high speed deformation. A short length of hollow shapes such as collapsible toothpaste tubes or spray cans. These are some applications. Third category of the classification, that is on the basis of equipment. So first type, it is horizontal extrusion process. The layout of operating machine is horizontal and movement of billet as well as the ram is horizontal in direction. So that machine, it is a horizontal extrusion machine. The capacity, it is a 15 to 50 meganewton capacity. It is mostly used for commercial extrusion of bars and shapes. So you can see in a diagram that machine. Then vertical extrusion process. The movement of billet and the ram is vertical in orientation, and it is mainly used for the production of thin wall tubing. So the die materials that are used, commonly used materials are tool steels and carbides. Diamond dies are used for fine wire. For improved wear resistance, steel dies may be chromium plated and carbide dies may be coated with titanium nitride. For hot drawing, cast steel dies are used. Dies are made from highly alloyed steels, tool steels or ceramics. So heat treatments such as nitriding is required to increase the hardness. Lubrication. So proper lubrication is essential in extruding in order to improve die life, reduce drawing forces and temperature, and improve surface finish. So type of lubrication is wet drawing, dry drawing, coating, ultrasonic vibration. Now the factors affecting the extrusion force, that depends upon the type of extrusion ratio, working temperature, deformation, and frictional conditions at the die and the container wall. So these are some mathematical relations that are used in a extrusion process, that is extrusion ratio, fractional reduction in area, then the velocity and extrusion force. So this is regarding the extrusion process. Thank you.